All right. Just finished watching the Cowboys and the Bronco game. Quite an interesting game. Did not expect the offense to really kind of take off early like that because the Broncos have never done that all season. So very, very interesting. Defense, I had a feeling they would be in this game. With the Cowboys offense, a lot of people all week long were basically saying that the Cowboys are going to just dice up the Denver defense. And um, I just thought that would be kind of strange and uncharacteristic of the defense. But we have had points scored on us, a couple of high scoring deals. So I'm not going to sit there and say that's not possible, but it wasn't in this game. Bo threw an early pick. Kind of not a great start to the game. One of the things that I did think about when that play happened was it looked like Bryant, which is our one of our wide receivers, he kind of missed a route. It looked like he was supposed to go right and he went left. Bo, I think, thought once he cut, because Bo typically likes to throw before that cut he makes the cut. And then it seemed like he cut to the right. He was supposed to cut to the right, and Bo threw it to the right, and he went left. And Bo's like, and Cowboys capitalized on that, got an interception. We held him to 3 there, so that was good. Even though we did get there the pick, Bo. But after that, the offense just came on. The offense came on. Bo was nailing people downfield. He did have a couple of Bober throws, but nothing too crazy. One was just a miss in the end zone. He could have had that. Cortland Sutton missed one right in the end zone. We ended up scoring a touchdown there anyway. No, I think we the field goal there. Whatever. So yeah, Bo hit him right on the money there, and Sutton missed it. So kind of a back and forth a little bit, but the Broncos offense came to play. Moral of the story. Cowboys defense, on the other hand, they are who we thought they were. They're bad. They are not a great defense. So granted, the Broncos couldn't really control that, but they did play their game. And this is the most complete game I've seen from the Broncos in a good while this year. Defense played what they needed to do. Got a couple of interceptions off Dak Prescott. There was a fumble, which I did think that the Broncos recovered that fumble, but it went to the Cowboys. No big deal there. It seemed like with the Cowboys, when they scored, it was a struggle. It was a struggle to get those points. A lot of stuff was at the 1 yard line, and then they would run it, and then we'd stuff it, and then they'd run it again, and then we'd stuff it, and then finally they'd break through. Congratulations to Javonte Williams. He did get a couple of touchdowns, which I thought was pretty cool. I never had a problem with Javonte Williams here. Just the last couple of years, he just struggled, and maybe just needed a new chapter. But Broncos running game took off. Big deal. Set up the pass. That is what the Broncos have to do going forward. They have to be able to run the ball and then let that run set up the pass, and that's exactly what happened. RJ Harvey went nuts. I made the mistake of not playing him in my fantasy because the NFL app said he wasn't going to get anything. I should have known better. RJ Harvey went absolutely crazy in this game. Broke out some runs, got some touchdown passes. He just looked great. He looked great. So I think overall, my dad's upset. He wouldn't necessarily call me. Sorry, got a phone call. He wouldn't necessarily call me. No, that's not my dad. But I did try to give him a call. He kind of ignored me a lot of the time. I kind of thought that, and then act like he couldn't hear me when he did answer, and then halftime he kind of, he thought they were going to come back when it was kind of garbage time at that point. So, but yeah, what a crazy game. I think it's 24-44. Broncos took care of business. We are 6-2 now. I think we have a few more games for a bye week, so Broncos just keep going. Keep going. They the Cowboys, I think, have to really think about who they are. A lot of the sports writers were hyping them up. They were saying that the Cowboys were the next best team. They were talking about Super Bowl stuff. They were talking about, MVP stuff, but it seemed like when you go up against a really good defense, and I would say the Broncos are in the top 3. They're definitely, I don't necessarily say they're the top because I'm not going to go that, I'm not that kind of fan, but they're the top in the top 3 for sure. And also, let's not forget, the Broncos did what they did in that second half without Pat Surtain. I hope Pat Surtain is fine. We do need him healthy. But man, oh man, you going to tell me that the Broncos won a game decisively against the Cowboys and scored 44 points, and I would say about 20 some odd of those points came in the other half without Pat Surtain? Kind of insane. I would have never thought that. I thought when Pat Surtain got hurt the first time, it was over in terms of Dak's just going to dice up the offense or the defense, and he's going to throw against him. But that was not the case. So, yeah. Congratulations to the Broncos defense for really stepping up. A lot of guys that you wouldn't have thought would have stepped up in this game. And what a win. What a crazy win. I'm glad we could do it. We are now, I think, eight straight wins against the Dallas Cowboys, something like that. They haven't won since 1995 against the Broncos, and that's also home and on the road. So it's a good game.